that you need in there as well.
Yep, absolutely.
Yeah, I've been to Richmond, and what a beautiful place.
Yeah,
just it just has that history,
Yep.
and it's comfortable.
Yeah, yeah. And the weather, it's interesting because we're here in St. Louis, and it's very similar. My parents live in Springfield, Missouri, and so every time, usually it's 2 days one way or the other. So if we had nice weather and it's going that direction, they'll get it 2 days. So we really are very similar weather-wise. So it's not overly, you think about Northeast, we're just below where we don't get, DC and above gets a lot more snow and a lot more. So it's nice, very comfortable, very
Right.
very pretty, very similar terrain as here, lots of trees, and it's we moved there in '95, and the plan was, all right, get my wife through grad school, and then we'll go move somewhere else. Well, we fell in love with it. So
Right.
love Richmond.
I'm from Chicago.
Oh yeah.
And I moved down here in '93.
Okay,
So
yeah.
and look where I am now. I'm still here.
That's
still
right.
here many years later.
Yep, absolutely.
And it's comfortable. The people are nice.
Right.
It's affordable. You can make of it what you want.
Yeah.
You still get the seasons.
Yep.
I mean, the fact that I grew up
That's
in Chicago, you get the 4 seasons.
Yeah.
My wife's from Ohio, so she was used to getting the 4 seasons. We still love to go visit Florida,
Right.
but there's something about having a little snow once in a while. It's nice. It's fun. And as you get older, if you want to be that snowbird,
Right.
and you like to look at the pictures of the snow,
Right.
but you don't want
Right.
the snow.
Yeah, the way I look at snow is the only purpose for snow is to fly to it, ski in it, and fly home. So as you get older and you don't ski, then there's no purpose at all. It's pretty. It is very pretty. So if it comes and snows in a day and it's gone the next day, then that's cool.
Yeah, nice hot toddy at the bottom of the slopes
There
waiting
go.
for you.
That's right.
That's great. Right. By the fireplace. I love it. So, Michael Greer, you wrote the book Tax-Free Money for Long-Term Care. Let us know how people can get a hold of you.
They can email us or go to the website, GreerFinancialGroup.com. Email me at michael@GreerFinancial.com or GreerFinancialGroup.com, either one. So,
well, awesome. It's been an absolute pleasure talking to you. Hopefully we can talk again sometime soon.
Absolutely. Right. I appreciate it.
Thank you very much, Michael. You have a great day.
You too.
Thanks for listening to Planning for the Future, the podcast. To get a free copy of Michael's book, call 804-427-7784. Planning for the Future, brought to you by the Eldercare Media Network and produced by thepodcastproshop.com.
To get a
Thanks
free
for listening
copy
to
of Michael's
Planning
book,
for the Future.
Tax-Free Money for
Planning
Long-Term
for the
Care,
Future,
call
brought to you by the Eldercare Media Network and produced by thepodcastproshop.com.
427-7784.
Welcome to Planning for the Future, the podcast.
Welcome to the show. We're sitting here with Greg DuPont. He is an attorney, an author, and a long-term care advisor, and a partner in the firm of DuPont and Blumenstiel, and founder of DuPont Wealth Solutions. Welcome to the show.
Glad to be here. Thank you.
That is quite the resume right there, just off the top. So, sounds like you do a lot.
There is a certain amount of busyness in my day.
And you're out of Columbus, Ohio, right?
Yes, sir. Born and bred there.
That's a pretty unique city. I love Columbus, Ohio. It's also one of the biggest test markets in the country, right?
Correct. Yeah.
Yeah. Because it's like the cross section of people, and the ethnic balance. Everything in there is sort of so equal that you get a nice cross section to be able to test market a lot of products.
Yeah, and it's a melting pot. A lot of people moving in from other areas of the country, and not as geographically driven as some other places.
And about 100 million Ohio State students.
About 100 million Ohio State students.
So even during the pandemic, if Ohio State were to play a football game and they kept it at 25% capacity, there would still be 2.4 million in the stadium at the same time.
Approximately.
Yeah.
But at least 10 of them would wear masks.
Well, they would have one with an O, one with an H,
That's
one
right.
with an I, no with an O. So yeah, but a really, really great town. I do love Columbus, Ohio. I've been there many times. My wife is from Ohio, and her best friend was an Ohio State grad. So we've gone through and been there plenty of times. So
If you've had something to eat here in Flavortown?
I have had something to eat in Flavortown. We had a burger that was near campus, and I can't remember the exact name of it, but it was a good burger. It was definitely a good burger. You could tell it was definitely that college town burger. You know what I mean? Like served on a paper plate and some chips on the side. It's enough that a college student could afford it, but still delicious enough that brings you back. So
your fine town here has its share of good food too.
St. Louis is becoming quite the culinary capital. We've got a bunch of James Beard Award winners out there, and barbecue. Barbecue is Kansas City was the Missouri barbecue place, and St. Louis, I think, has taken over. We've got one of the barbecue places in town was rated as number 1 in the country by Zagat. Another barbecue place in town here won best sandwich in the world.
Oh, son of a gun.
Yeah, the world championships of best sandwiches was won by another barbecue joint here in town too. So it's really taken off. And I'm not from here originally, so to me growing up, barbecue just meant cooking on the grill. Oh, we're going to barbecue. When I came down here, it was different, and I moved down in the 90s, and barbecue was actually, no matter what you had, burgers, brats, whatever, you threw it in a vat of barbecue sauce, and that was barbecue. And then as things have progressed, the smoking, kind of the Texas influence and the Kansas City influence came through, and it's just changed it. There's just so many good barbecue places here in town now. It's amazing.
Let's just hope in a few months that there are as many.
Yes.
Get through all this.
Yeah. So with your business, how are you dealing with the COVID?
As soon as it started, and in Columbus, we got hit in the early March, is when it basically really took ground. And at that point, I sent all of my staff, all 10-odd people that are affiliated with us, home. And I continued to work in the office because I preferred my 4,000 square foot of social distancing in my office than in my basement office at my house. Just something seemed a little better than working there. And then business has gone on. We've moved on to Zoom and have all of our virtual meetings and all those kind of things. So we have adapted, and I've found that for most of my clients and people I talk to, that part of the change has really been a good change. It's been something that's made the whole estate planning, long-term care conversation more comfortable for people as they're having it in the comfort of their own home and don't have to fight traffic to come to my office to have those conversations. So it's that part of it has been a positive development.
Right. And it's probably a good time for people to learn more about it as well, because the way like long-term care planning has changed over the years is amazing. It's leaps and bounds. Even in the last 5 to 10 years, it's changed so much where it's not the car insurance of either you use it or you lose it.
Yeah. I mean, I started practicing law back in 1992, focusing on estate planning. So I had lots of clients that would have concerns about long-term care, and some of them were even planning-oriented and wanting to take some financial steps to address that as opposed to asset protection steps. But you're right. Back in the day, the product just was not evolved enough to be able to provide a reasonable solution for many people. So back then, we were forced to use some very aggressive trust structures and things like that to try to preserve assets for the family from the just extraordinary costs and loss of control that is long-term care.
Right. And being the fact that you're an attorney as well, you get to work on different facets that just a regular advisor can't work with as well.
I get to bring all possible solutions to the table.
Right.
And kind of co-create with my clients what is the right solution for them at this time. Some of them it is using some legal structures because of where they are in the process or where they are in their life cycle. And some of them it's more of the asset-based financial tools that we're able to bring from the financial advisory world.
Right. And that asset-based long-term care planning and things like that, that's one of the things that really has revamped the whole long-term care planning scenario in general. It's just now you can use that money for now, soon, or in the long-term future, right? And you can still wind up leaving something to your loved ones.
You know, it is, in a nutshell, just a perfect example of the beauty of capitalism. I mean, the insurance industry, some of the insurance companies in the industry have evolved, and through the competitive process, they have found ways to bring more of a broad-based solution, as you were just outlining, that does give the consumer a really good value for their dollar